Hey everyone, Arbiter here with another weekly video. What causes results? This was the question that I asked myself at the end of the week. Now, if you don't know, I've been doing a 100 detailed head drawing challenge, and this week I finished up detailed head drawings number 54 and 55. Now, these detailed head drawings here I felt were a lot better compared to the detailed head drawings I did for the previous week. Which brings me back to the question again, what causes results? And the reason I think that this is such an important question is if I can understand why this is happening, I can then focus on doing that to improve my art skills. So what was it? What caused me to have a better result this week than last week? Was it more practice that I put in? This week I spent a lot of practice time just doing quick sketches along with focusing on finding the 3D shapes in the references that I've been using and trying to draw the shapes in the face rather than trying to copy what I see. How could it be me just trying to focus on 3D a little bit more? Or maybe it's the length of practice time that I did for the week. Because for the week I spent a majority of my practice time during the weekdays and then I did these two detailed head drawings on the weekend. Or maybe it's something within the practice itself. One thought that came to mind was there's often a time in practice where things feel like it's not going to work out. What you're seeing on paper is complete garbage and you're not happy with it whatsoever. Generally, this is what's happening when trying something new or trying something challenging. And what I've had happen is I feel like I want to give up on trying to practice it. But when I get this feeling, I go like, you need to keep trying. When I keep practicing it, I end up start seeing results. But this is after kind of like brute forcing myself through the practice. It's like getting through kind of the ugliness of it, and once you're through that ugliness, then you start seeing results. Maybe this brute forcing kind of played into this week because last week I had to get through a lot of the ugliness. But on the other hand, last week my two detailed head drawings that were more realistic weren't in color at all. And I felt for this detailed head drawing that you're seeing now that the color was looking a lot better than those. So maybe it's more experimenting, getting more reps in for detailed head drawings, or maybe it's just gaining more observational skills. Being able to see the reference and understand how that would look on paper. Another thing too is that I was able to also get feedback on my last video, and I tried implementing some of the feedback I got in the practice I was doing. So what really is the answer? Is it the practice, the pushing through something that's challenging? Is it the experimenting or having better observational skills? Or is it feedback and utilizing that feedback to practice better? So what is it? What is causing me to see these results? And I think it comes down to two things. One is having a solid base. Kind of an example of this is like for a sports team. Generally, they'll have practices throughout the week, and they kind of have that set plan of what they're going to go into for those practices. And generally, these practices are going over fundamentals. So, does that mean that all a sports team really needs to do is just practice the fundamentals in their sport, and then they'll see results? So does that mean that all a sports team really needs to do is practice the fundamentals and they'll see success? I would say yes, but. And this brings us into the second area of where I think having results happens. I feel that this is adaptation. So how do these play with one another? Well, when you have like a solid plan for the week of what you want to kind of focus on, in my case I wanted to just do a lot of practicing prior to doing my detailed head drawings. And specifically, I was planning on doing a lot of quick sketches. Now, where adaptation came in this week is I got feedback through my comment section of areas that I should probably focus on for improving. And I kind of adapted my practice to focusing a little bit more on getting 3D shapes a lot better in my drawings. But the other thing too was just kind of basing how I felt throughout the whole process of practicing. If I really wasn't feeling good on something, I just kept trying to get better at it until I've kind of felt generally okay with it. And just adapting, I felt, was one of the big things that really helped me for this week, which is why I think having a solid base of what I want for the week, along with adapting it throughout the week, is kind of why I had a better week this week with results. Because for this week, while I did want to do a lot of practice, I also wanted to get a lot of detailed head drawings done. And when I was in the practice, I felt that it became more clear that I needed to just get more reps in for practicing quick sketches and trying to understand what's going on with the references, specifically what they're doing in 3D space. And this is why I think for other weeks, sometimes I don't have great results. And the reason is that I'm focusing too much on what I want to do for the base of the week and not seeing what is happening with my drawings and practice and changing things up to better fit the practice for the week. What it really boils down to is having a plan and going through with that plan and seeing what's working with the plan and trying to better fine tune it throughout the week, which gets better results. I'll say this for the week that I was just pretty happy for how everything turned out. I was having a lot of issues with just getting my semi-realistic drawings to look somewhat nice, especially when you compare it to last week where just the more realistic drawings looked absolutely horrible. It was definitely a great feeling just to see some really good results this week and for the head drawings not to look like complete garbage. But for the next coming weeks, I'm going to keep going with the detailed head drawings, hopefully get a lot more done, but also get a lot more practice in and be able to understand the head and how it works and be able to draw the head at any angle that I really want. So that's pretty much all I really have for this video. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next video.